Good day, folks. This is Omar Hosea, the servant. I want to introduce you to what if the clones were the ones that's going to issue civil war? The scripture talks about the dragon, it talks about the beast, and it talks about the marks of the beast. And so I've put this right here to give you what we're really going to be talking about. So we see angel and code names. This is on InfoWars. Why would they get on there and have him go through all that? So this is on InfoWars, alright? And you can find the favorite card, angel or devil. Something came on my spirit, was like, was this a code name for his angel means the real favorite card comes through, and then devil means the clone, or vice versa. The devil is the real, and the angel one is the clone. Because notice it says clone on the, I think, the latest or the brink by Douglas Copeland. And that's from Time magazine. We have his medical records that says nothing about the scar, him having facial surgery or nothing like that. And so we put up here at the top, more facial research surgery. I have to get out the way so y'all can see that. And so you can see we got there. Why don't we get a little close up for it? You know. So now let's go through this video. We'll go through these clips. Now we got the health problems. We got that. Okay, we sure of that. See, will there ever be another you? That's in Time magazine. So we noticed in 2000, I think this is 2015, no mole on his face. And we know that our grandparents were that when they got the moles, they had the moles when they was in their early 50s. He's quite more clear, he's older than 50 right there. Even as young, he doesn't have any moles. We look right there, you see that one mole. Alright, but look at the rest. There's no, you look at it as if there was surgery and look at the plastic on the skin. It looks almost like silicone. But don't take my word for it, just hold up. Really, it looks like silicone. You know what silicone look like. Check it out. Now, boom. You see that there's no mole where, you see the mole? Right there. It's at the bottom of his eye. This one is clearly at the corner. See? Boom. Mole. There's no mole except for at the corner. This is a typo. I didn't mean to do that. But it's in a different position. Watch. See? No mole. None. We see clearly the mole. See what I'm saying? Clearly there's a difference in this mole. Clearly. It's not in the corner. So we slow down, we go back. You see? Clearly it's not even black, it looks like a pimple. Look at it again. They try to duplicate it. See? But they messed it up. And this is on Alex Jones 2016. Let's look at some other ones. Boom. You see, remember it was right there? You don't see it, but the way they took the picture, it sort of kind of blocked it, but you notice the mole is not down there. Let's look. You can't see it? Cool. And now the teacher looks good, don't he? He looks pretty good. See? The mole, it may or may not be, but you can't see it. It's actually a reflection from the lens, but it's down at the cheeks and at the corner of the eye, like the last picture. See? See, it's at the rim, at the glass, mole. Rim at the glass, mole. And this is 2015. That's so-called 216. See how far that is? When we go back to this, you clearly see that it's almost on the side of his face. And it's very small. He didn't have surgery or anything like that. But if you notice, you come to slides, notice this, hold your face with this, and you'll see some other marks. This is not to degrade the minister. This is not to say anything against him, because he's a very intelligent man. We're thanking for it. But look at these. You can't see that real good. I wish I can get you to see it real good. But there's a cut right here, like the facelift. There's a scar here, scar, scar, scar. Where all them scars come from. Because in the medical record, let's go back. Let me hurry up. There's no scars. It says nothing about scars, but ulcers, something serious about his cancer and stuff like that was organ. There's nothing about all them scars. And I'm quite sure that his soldiers not gonna see nobody put their hands on him. So we can't rule it fighting out for position or jousting for his position. And so you see that same scar right there, right there, right there. Same scar. But as we go back, and now we was doing something about the dragon. We're gonna hold on for that about the dragon. We know that Japan and China use dragons as their symbols, and they are higher technology than America. And we all know that China everything is made in China. So you know all the money and technologies is in China. And so China gave them the power, the dragon, because it's the symbolism. Not physically, but symbolism. The dragon is the pale-skinned Asian community. They say, well, now check this out. It says, and who shall go out and deceive the nations? Clones. See what it says? Who shall go out and deceive the nations? Clones, which are in the four corners of the earth. The computer systems. Who's Gog? Russia, Magog, China. Together to battle, which is AIIB, the Asian Bank, AIB, Asian Infrastructure International Banking. And it says, whom is as the sands of the sea, yes they are, and they went upon the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints. It's not cloning and messing with the DNA to confuse the saints that these are our saviors or our leaders. Of course, because that's what clones are made for. The clones serve the beast, the dragon. And so compassed the blood and came down from out of heaven, but God came out of heaven and devoured them. Now heaven would be the mind. So this tool of God, see it says, came from God out of heaven. Who's this man being the tool of God that will devour them? You got to think of the mind. This is a mind battle. We all being mind, excuse my language, but we all being mind fucked. Now it says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet. So when you clone a beast, which is like where we showed the clone with the, oh man, let me see what time I got. 8. Let me put this back. I don't know what just happened. Alright, so when they cloned the beast, or the half man and half animal, that's the beast. And see, and when that beast was cloned, he was taken with him the cloned false prophet. See, the prophet might have been real, but they cloned the prophet. And they killed the prophet and they cloned it. So now it says, before him which was deceived, that him that received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image, the clone. See, the clone is the image of the original man. Check it out. Don't take my word for it. These both was cast alive into the lake of burning with lake of fire with burning and brimstones. Check it out. Let's go further. Now look at this. Let me see, that ain't it. Boom. Got that. Now look at it real closely. What they told us. The people who knew that was about to come. And the thing is, part of the secret society that was warning us to how to stop this, but we just didn't do it. Remember the Matrix. It says, astray very far in the ways of error. That's what they did. They strayed very far and held them for gods. Everybody think Barack is a god. They think Farrakhan's a god. They call Dr. York a god. They call Malcolm X a god. And they all got murdered and cloned. And so when they got cloned, they held them as gods. They held the clones as gods because they were deceived. Which even among the beasts of their enemies were despised. being deceived as children of no understanding. And y'all don't understand. Get my drift. Y'all don't understand that you're being deceived by these false gods and prophets. They're all cloned. Check it out. And he says, therefore unto them as to the children without use of reason, and thou didst send a judgment to mock them. And these clones are mocking us in the word of the Most High because y'all can't see it. But we're trying to tell you that. Let's go a little further. Let's see how much time we got. This may be a two-part. This may be a two-part thing. Let me get this out, because this is a heavy hitter, folks. This is a heavy hitter. I'm telling you. And now check out what he said. He says, and I saw one of his heads, all right, clone, as it were wounded to death. So when the clone's skin fell off, somebody seen it and they thought he was going to die, but he was a clone. And he was wounded, but he said, and his death, dang. I'm going to change my timer on here. I'm getting mad now. Hold on, folks. I can't waste the camera time. Anyway, it says, but check this out. It said, and his deadly wound was healed. So how can you have a deadly wound and then it be healed? Right? But it said in his head. Now, peep game. Peep game. Deadly wounds. To the jaw, to the head. Deadly wounds. To the jaws, to the head. And they were healed. Why? Because he was cloned. Look at it. More, cloned. See, no wounds, none. None. No wounds, none. He was cloned. He's marked. That's how we know he's a beast. I'm not the real Farrakhan. We're not saying he's a beast, but this clone one is. And we're gonna find out sooner or later. But it says, and he healed all the world, and all the world wondered after the beast, meaning the clone. See, the beast is the one that makes the clone, and they have to do what the beast say, and the beast couldn't make the clones without the dragon giving him the power. You get that? Check it out. Read it. They've been telling us for a long time, and I don't even really think this is really all new. I think this is very newer than what we think it is. It says, and they worship the dragon, China, because China's about to have their money, and they own all of America, so they worship China and what they do, because China owns everything. They make everything. So we worship China. Why? Because Jordan is made in China. Our car tires is made in China. Our kids, our Pampers, our soap, all that is made in China. And so they worship the dragon, because the dragon is China's religion. And so, and all the world wondered after the beast, because when China or the dragon gave the beast the power to clone, they were mesmerized. They worshiped. That's what they worshiped. The dragon, which gave power unto, see, the beast. China gave America or the beast power to clone, and they worshiped the beast. Why? Because he could clone the so-called black leaders. They can clone the so-called leaders of the free world. They can clone all the true messiahs of all these nations that will go against them. They cloned them. And it says, well, the dragon gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, check this out. Now check it out. Who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him? See, the beast got so many clones and drones and stuff that he wants to clone. He wants to make everything half man, half human, half animal, half machine. That's the clone thing. And if you read the whole story, you can see that. We at 1352. All right, we might be doing a little good. Now it says, and I saw one of his head wounded. Okay, we got that. Now look, no scar. But there's a scar right there. That's one clone. Scar tissue. Scar tissue. No scar, but scar tissue. See? It's gone. Let me show you. See that right there? You can clearly see the head wound. You can clearly see the head wounds. Clearly see the head wound, but no scar. No sign of a scar tissue. We were able to see it. But you can see the head wounds right there and right there. There is no medical record to say what happened to those wounds. And it looks like somebody cut him or hit him in the head with something. Absolutely. Let's go. Let's go back. Boom. You can't see no scar. Literally no scar tissue. See how clean The minister look at it, folks. No scars. This was the minister Farrakhan that mentioned that Israel was black. See, after he mentioned Israel was black, everything changed. His demeanor, everything. And where's that mole at we were talking about earlier? Let's go again. No mole. See, you can't see that mole in the corner, but they go to wounds. Let's go back. You see the wounds? Wounds, more wounds. Look at his face. He's peeling, it's coming off. See, the latex and the stuff that they use to make these clones, this is what happens to them when they're under too much light. Look, scar like Farrakhan's, scar around the cheek like Barack Obama's in his other videos. Let's see another one. See the scar. Now look, scar on her head, and isn't that ironic that it looks just like Barack Obama's scar? Clones. Really, think about it. Don't take my word for it, research it. See, all the way around the neck. Look at that. You can't miss that. You can't miss that. See the wounds. See, let's go back to the scripture. How many did I got? 16. See? And I saw one of his heads, and it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world was wandered after the beast. Let's keep going. Get 17 minutes. Make this presentation for this. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Wrong one. Okay. Now let's try to explain what we just read. And so it's 17. It's almost 17 minutes. So this is Omar Jose saying, stay tuned. We're going to come with part 2 with this. Heavenly Father, we pray that you would touch the people and let them see and feel this thing, and that you be glorified. In your holy name, Muhammad, I ask and pray. Thank you. Omar Jose, signing out. Part 2.